All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to be talking about this article from Zero Hedge. Post George Floyd, a wave of anti-racist teaching sweeps K through 12 schools targeting whiteness. But before we get started, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Definitely turn notifications on because a lot of my subscribers who have notifications on have been having them turned off, even been unsubscribed from the channel. So just check up on those two things to make sure. But I want to take a look at this because I made a video on Black Lives Matter in schools a while ago, which is literally a new thing that's been created, Black Lives Matter in schools. And I talked about it a little bit and how it was pretty much the same thing as Black Lives Matter, the website, everything. Went through it. They want to get rid of the nuclear family, all the same stuff the Black Lives Matter website talked about. But it says in here, in dramatic, urgent language, K through 12 schools across the country, both public and private, and that's a point I want to point out, like very strictly, because it's not just public schools. Mainly, yes, but it's not just public schools. I've experienced it at both public and private schools, so you got to watch out for that. Profess solidarity with Black Lives Matter and vowed to dismantle white supremacy as they scrambled to introduce anti-racist courses and remake themselves into racism-free zones. The president of the Lower Merion School Board on Philadelphia's affluent Main Line declared to families, "We need to eradicate whiteness, white supremacy, and heteropatriarchy in all of our institutions." In Maine, a coastal public school district where 3.7% of the 2,100 students are African American or Hispanic, the superintendent declared war on the intentional barriers white people have built to harm black people. How in the world how in the world could you say that white people have intentionally put up barriers to fight off black people? Are we living in 1850s America? No, we're not. And it wasn't even that terrible back then. We had slavery, that's bad. And there were lynchings, that's bad. But it wasn't as bad as people think it was. Once again, I'm not trying to downgrade it. I'm not trying to downgrade slavery, racism. I'm just saying that it wasn't as bad as these people betray it to be. The top administrator added, "We grieve for all the black lives taken by white supremacy." Educators at the prestigious Brentwood College School in Los Angeles have made more changes to the curriculum. More changes to the curriculum. So it's educators that are actually changing this. This is what it says. Educators at the prestigious Brentwood College School in Los Angeles have made more changes to the curriculum this year than any other in the private school's nearly 5-decade history. So that is private schools. I was trying to figure out who is changing curriculum in public schools, which I do need to figure out exactly who in which states or counties, all that stuff. But it shows that even private schools are going to try to change curriculum to favor this Black Lives Matter critical race theory stuff that we see in schools. But one thing I want to point out that is very, very important that we look at is parents are forming Instagram sites, and at least one group calling itself No Left Turn in Education is seeking to mobilize parents around the country to reverse the woke juggernaut. The parents swap examples from their schools, but many are keeping incognito for fear of being accused of racism or other repercussions. Indeed, several parents interviewed for this article didn't want their names to be used. So that is important to see that there are parents trying to do something about it. Literally just trying to do something about it. That's all we need. Small acts. Small acts is where it starts off. But one thing I do want to point out, you're going to be accused of racism. And I could understand why you wouldn't want to be. I don't want to be. But I have been accused of being a racist and a white supremacist. And you have to realize that it means nothing and you shouldn't care. Just keep going. That's my message to these parents, to just tell them, don't worry about it, keep going. Their concern is that the edgy new educational materials indoctrinate pupils with identity politics and leftist ideology and leave no room for discussion. That's absolutely true. I mean, even these parents are having their own personal experiences within their child's school, and they're pointing this out to other parents and making a group, making a formal group out of it and trying to do something. Quote, they are using very positive words like diversity, equity, and inclusivity to mislead you. But the message behind these words is horrifying, said Ilana Urin Fishbein, a suburban Philadelphia mom who created the No Left Turn in Education organization. Quote, they are grouping and stereotyping human beings by skin color, and they are attributing characteristics to your personality based on your skin color. Absolutely true. I mean, she framed it perfectly, that they're using all these fancy words to make everything sound so great. Oh, equity. Then you see the Kamala Harris video on equity, and it's communism. It's, oh, we're going to pretend like we have some sort of competition, but really we just all end up on the same place. No matter how much work you put in, no matter how skilled you are, you're going to end up in the same place. It's literally in the video. You look at diversity, oh, sounds nice, right? Yeah, but it doesn't mean diversity of thought or experience or skill. It means diversity on the basis of race, which is gross, especially due to kids. That's really, really gross. You have to be a gross person to do that. And a lot of people have gotten mad at me for saying that these teachers are disgusting. How could these teachers not be disgusting when they're literally teaching young kids to hate themselves if they're white, or to hate other kids if they're black, or any of that? And you want to know how they're being taught to hate themselves if they're white? They're being taught that they have some sort of special privileges, which makes them feel embarrassed and sad, and they do it in front of their other classmates, which makes them feel even more embarrassed. So then they hate themselves because of a characteristic of their body that they cannot change. And then with black students, they're taught that they're going to progress nowhere because the white students, the evil white men, are always above them and that they can't punch through. That's literally what they teach to kids. So I'm sorry, but these people are disgusting. We have clear enemies here, and it's our own teachers. It's our own teachers. Our own teachers are our enemies. And you have to realize that. I don't want soft people. I want strong people that are going to do something. So don't whine about me calling people disgusting that are disgusting people trying to indoctrinate millions of kids across the country, who are teaching them to hate themselves, hate other people, hate this country, hate freedom, hate liberty, hate justice. What more can I say? Disgusting people, clear enemies, clearly defined. They're enemies. We should treat them the same way we do China. They're clear enemies. We must point them out. We must expose them properly so that no kids go near them. Right? We have to treat them like pedophiles at this point. They can't go near our kids. Really. Indoctrination. Terrible stuff. Yet we're letting it happen. We're letting it run free. And these teachers are going without consequence. Same with the principals. Same with teachers' unions. Everyone around them. They're all complicit. They all need to be exposed and shut down. All of them. Public schools, we might as well just end those. Really. Homeschool your kids. This was a great article. Just want to point that out because we need more good journalism. I haven't seen very much good journalism. Maybe it's because I haven't been looking around that much. I see a lot of good journalism from multiple different people on YouTube, smaller and bigger creators. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate all of you guys who are trying to spread the news, all of the other creators, small or large, trying to spread the news and trying to do something and expose the bad stuff that we see nowadays. Expose the corruption, expose the really disgusting stuff that we see. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn notifications on, and share. Go check out these 2 videos you see right now up on screen. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.